Hey, welcome to Artie Quitter, Artie Lang Uncensored Podcast. What's up? This is Thursday. Is it February 5th? February 5th is exactly 1 month from the first show. January 5th, we started this shitburger of a show. And, so exactly 1 month, 5 full weeks is what today marks. Joe Matarese and Chris Cotton are with me. And there's some crazy shit going on in the world. Really. Just, we got a lot of crazy voicemails, first of all, that we'll get to. Diabetes called. I was waiting for them to call. We'll hear them later. Pete Carroll called, which is a big exclusive.
Poor guy.
Well, listen, I think Pete, it's ballsy of him to call our show of all the shows.
Yeah.
You know, after making the worst call in the history of professional sports.
This is the second worst call.
Actually, not professional sports. In all of sporting events, I guess we should include Pop Warner or Pee Wee League.
Yeah, I'm trying
Little
to.
League.
I've been trying to think of any worse sports call.
A retarded person would have given the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Let's say it like it is. If for some reason Pete Carroll had an attack of his appendix, he got appendicitis after Lynch ran that first down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And the only available person to call the next play was a retarded person. They would have run the ball 3 times to Marshawn Lynch. And that's it. So
it's pathetic that, whoa, what was that? It's pathetic that I know more.
No, I mean, it's not even about you knowing more. It's about anybody with a pulse knowing more. You know those people in comas or who are brain dead, you could supposedly communicate with them?
Terry Schiavo.
Yeah, you show them a color or something, and they react, yes or no. If you somehow had a color or something that represented Marshawn Lynch running the ball, she would have hit that. The person, the person brain dead would have hit the thing, run Marshawn Lynch. Chris, your thoughts?
She would have definitely selected beast mode. Everybody would have selected beast mode, and you
yes,
go.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, he made the mistake of not only should it be thought in his head, let's run Marshawn.
A retard.
You should be thinking, I should run Marshawn Lynch 3 times in a row. Is what you should be thinking. I have 3 times.
4 times in a row. He had 4.
Four?
Well,
it was second down, right?
Right. Well, no, it was the first. He had a first and goal from basically the 5 yard.
Well, he ran that one.
Right, so he had 4 from the 5, first and goal. He had 4 chances to punch it in with Marshawn Lynch. And don't give me the fucking stats. Everybody's throwing stats out there. Well, Lynch wasn't that great on short yards. Go fuck yourself.
You got to be fucking kidding.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Some of these are drops.
I love me.
But Joe's sounding very articulate there.
Very loud.
But I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Lynch is a superstar. He's a guy who already has a ring. You know, he's already a champion. He's proven it. He's clutch. He almost scored on that fucking first play. Give it to him 3 more times. So Pete Carroll with balls enough to call in to Artie Lang Uncensored at artiequitter.com. Do we want to? Let's hear that. Let's start by hearing Pete Carroll with his ballsy call into the show.
Hey, Artie, it's Pete Carroll. I don't know what I was thinking. That was the worst NFL decision since ABC rang Dennis Miller to host Monday Night Football. Yeah, but, frankly, I blame that wordless lug, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, if it was a purple Skittle, he would have pulled it in. Anyway, I heard you got some snow up again there. At least you ain't got to bring a Super Bowl loss back to a town full of coffee fags in the throes of seasonal affective disorder.
Christ, our listeners are correct. The most
I checked
offensive.
out your Twitter during the game. Saw pictures of a good party you were having. Hey, that Filato guy you got working for you, he looks as enthusiastic about the game as Mario Cantona in an HVAC convention.
Why is he doing Dennis Miller now?
He's doing jokes. I'm giving him rim shots.
I know, but why is he doing
Filato's
Dennis Miller?
got the charisma of Bill Belichick with low blood platelets.
I'm giving him 3
Looked like you had a
Stooges.
nice spread at the game.
Anyway.
Enjoyed it. Man, if your couch cushion, that must stink as bad as a experienced coach calling for a pass, 2nd and goal at a Super Bowl. Whatever. Sorry I'm droning on here already, but just want to say I hope you enjoyed the game.
Have confidence in those
Everybody
jokes.
take care and hope to do better next year.
Yeah, that last one, he had no confidence.
He mailed in the
I'll have
last.
another.
He mailed in the last joke.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the other ones.
Marshawn Lynch, about all the enthusiasm. Bill Belichick with a high blood platelet count.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
Yeah, that guy was doing jokes. Anyway, that was Pete Carroll, by the way, doing jokes.
Thanks, Pete.
But then he changed from Pete Carroll into just a caller who was doing jokes about Pete Carroll.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
he had
that's
me at
right.
the
That
Pete
was your
Carroll.
point. You were saying, well, you were trying to go with the logic of why is Pete Carroll doing jokes about Pete Carroll?
Well, he made the observation of saying Dennis Miller doing Monday Night Football. Then he started doing a Dennis Miller cadence. It
By the
made no
way,
sense.
could our fans be any more offensive? In 2015, they have no problem with fag, nigger. I mean, just in 2 seconds, just like he looks like a fag and a nigger and a fag.
Yeah. Did we start that?
No, it sounds like these guys. It's flowing off the tongue. It's flowing off the tongue.
Have these always been your fans, Artie?
Yeah.
Have they changed?
Sorry, I don't have Woody Allen's fans like you, Joe.
No,
The
I'm just wondering.
sophisticated fucking Harvard, MIT grads. That got on the Matarese show.
No, I'm wondering if your fans from DirecTV would you say are the same as these fans?
I'd say part of them are, sure.
Okay.
Sure. So what are your fans like?
I don't have that kind of thing. I don't have enough fans to know what my fans are like.
But you're making it sound like I have like stupid racist fans.
No, but the ones that are tweeting, I feel like are 95%
I think
racist.
they're trying too hard to be funny and shocking. I don't know if they really are that way. Chris, your thoughts? I mean, as someone who could be offended, you're a fag. As someone who could be offended,
I'm a fag. That's what.
Slow Matarese doesn't really go with the racist
I don't feel
he's
racist.
probably our smartest, funniest fan.
Meat
would you say?
cooking, just fucking.
Would you say
you
is
believe Joe just said that?
I just said Slow
is there a
Matarese the
more
funniest.
pompous?
Slow Matarese is funny.
I believe Slow Matarese is our smartest fan.
Tan Filato is pretty smart.
Tan Filato's funny too. He's a
lot of
smart,
butt fucking
smarter, funny
A lot
jokes.
of butt fucking
How
jokes.
Dan Filato, your thoughts on what Joe just said? Horribly
No, we
obnoxious.
got some real smart motherfuckers.
Here, Dan,
Kinda
it's
hang around.
horribly obnoxious.
I didn't like Joe before this started. I don't like him anymore now.
By the way, this podcast is proving Dan a very angry person.
I don't know, man.
You're disgusting. Go bankrupt another company, whore.
It never leaves my mind.
Yeah, there's a lot that doesn't leave that mind. It's a trap.
That guy should do. I like the Pete Carroll though.
I know.
Once
Listen,
he left that, yeah.
I just it started out as Pete Carroll calling, which was ballsy, and it turned into him roasting himself, and then it became him doing Dennis Miller, just doing jokes. I mean, yeah, this guy Artie's couch had enough dumb decisions on it to be Bill Belichick at a high-resolution blood platelet conference with
He sounded like Pete Carroll at the beginning. I love it.
Yeah. Again, Pete Carroll won't be fired, but he's going to be embarrassed for a long time, man. A long time.
I heard they said on the news that he hasn't been able to sleep.
Listen, I wouldn't be able to.
Dumbass call.
I wouldn't be able to.
You should make him sleep standing up with that fucking stupid car.
Well. Listen, he might be doing that to himself. He's gonna. That's up there. You know what it is? It's the coach's version of Scott Norwood. Scott Norwood, of course, is going to go with that to the grave. And did you ever see Buffalo '66?
Yes.
The movie? Okay, great movie. You ever see that, Chris?
I have no idea what it is.
Check it out. It's a guy named Vincent Gallo who's talented but crazy, and burned a lot of bridges in the business, which is why I don't think we heard a lot of him. But he wrote and directed a movie called Buffalo '66. He's from Buffalo. The entire movie is, I highly recommend it, is about Scott Norwood missing that field goal. And Gallo plays a guy who lost a bunch of money on it, and because he lost the money, was forced to go to jail for shit he had to get into. Does like about 10 years in a penitentiary in Buffalo. When he gets out, he vows to kill Scott Norwood. And at the end, in a climactic scene, he finds Scott Norwood drunk in a strip club in Buffalo. And this guy, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, his parents keep or is it his parents or him who keeps watching the kick miss over and over and
It's
over?
his father's Ben Gazzaro, who plays like a crazy Bills fan.
Yeah, they keep watching it.
And Mickey Rourke plays the bookie. in one scene who's amazing in it. It's an underrated movie. You should check it out, Buffalo 66. But Pete Carroll, this is his version of that, man. You can make a Seahawk fan can make a similar film.
But that wasn't a coach mistake. That was just the kicker missing the field goal.
I know, I understand. Yeah, I'm saying. I said it's a coach version.
I think we compared it to The Miracle of the Meadowlands as another one where a coach decides to run a play.
Can't compare because it's the Super Bowl. You can't compare it. It's a regular season giant game for two teams that are not going to make the playoffs. It marked the Giant franchise reaching the bottom of the barrel. Right. But no, you can't even think about comparing it because it's. One is the last play of the Super Bowl. The other is, a midseason game. Just as bad a call, but it's not in the same league because of when it happened, the circumstances it happened. And Norwood is the player version of it because that also was the last play of a Super Bowl. I mean, the Super Bowl is the most coveted trophy in sports, So, man, they fucked it up. A lot of great Super Bowl moments, but unfortunately, Malcolm Butler and David Tyree will be doing joint appearances at car dealerships. Right? What is Butler like, Chris? You know the game better than us here. More of a player. Is Butler a guy? Who has a future in the league, a real future?
Butler's going to have probably 2 really good years, and then he's going to just turn in like Freddie Mitchell. Where he just starts feeling himself. You remember Fred X, and he started feeling himself, and then he's going to
as long as he's not Freddie Mercury.
That also might happen, but I think he's going to have 2 good years where he's really good, and then he's going to just fizzle the fuck out.
Okay.
What was the Freddie Mitchell move? The People's Champion, or what? He used to do that move.
Oh yeah, the fucking belt. He used to come
belt. Yeah, a couple of people do that. Who does that now? Who does the belt? Aaron Rodgers does.
Aaron Rodgers does the belt. Cam Newton does the Superman when he finally gets to do it.
Freddie Mitchell for the 4th and 29 is like I'm a fan of his forever.
That was a great
4th
catch.
and 29 against
Next
Green
season,
Bay.
he was non-existent in the league. Fucking weird.
Touchdown, Arkansas, Freddie Barnett. Listen, a lot of crazy stuff going on. This woman, you can make every bad female driver joke here. This woman who drove onto the train tracks, man. A woman. Does anybody even fully know this story about what this woman did?
Yeah, we were just talking about it.
Yeah. Joe, explain it.
Well, it was the Metro North here in New York, which I take all the time.
Yep,
it's
very popular train line.
Yeah, it's where it goes all the way up to Poughkeepsie. You know, all the way down to Grand Central.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, and there's 3. I think there's 3 lines.
And we were talking about this too earlier. Me and Falata today during our morning cappuccino. We were our morning cappuccino while we watched ISIS burn someone alive on Fox News. We'll get to that later. You ever take the Acela or something when 2 trains are at high speed and another train is coming the other way? Dan talks about the channel between Paris and London, but for some reason they don't give a lot of room in between. And when the 2 trains, especially on the Acela going north and south, pass each other, the wind from the velocity is so strong the trains move, and you realize that if there was a mistake and these trains hit each other, not even directly head on, kind of head on. No matter how far back you're sitting, the last seat in the caboose, you're going to disintegrate.
Oh, yeah.
Disintegrate. That's how fast these move. So this train was going pretty fast.
Oh, this isn't an Acela. This isn't an Amtrak
it's a regular
train.
Commuter train.
Yeah, they probably go 60 miles an hour.
And if that hits a minivan, that's going to be hard.
But I guess where the accident happened up in Valhalla, which is kind of north of White Plains,
the accident happened when they let women drive.
Yes. This is a situation where it's like
once they started voting, it was all downhill.
Just a more. I don't want to.
Now go ahead.
She just passed away. It's hard to call her a moron, but she got caught.
She made a bad decision. She made a Pete Carroll decision.
She tried to cross the track and got caught and stuck in between, and then didn't get out.
But she saw the train coming. She said, "Let me try to do this," and she said she was having car trouble. The thing came down. Well, was she having car trouble or not? No. She wasn't having car trouble. So she went and got caught in the gate. So it was just horrible judgment.
She just stopped.
On her part.
Yeah. Well, plus anyone who's seen those wooden gates, I mean, you can bulldozer those down. If you're stuck, just fucking, you see a train coming, you either bulldoze them down or get the fuck out of your car.
Yes.
I don't know what she's trying
But
to
still, she left herself in the car, and unfortunately, that made her die. But she probably would have. I'll tell you, she would be alive and needing a lot of psychiatric help right now because she probably would have still killed those 6 people.
That's what my mother-in-law said. She's like, good thing she died.
Well, I mean, you don't want to see anybody die. She made a human mistake, but you could argue about how stupid it was, blah, blah, blah. She made a fucking mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. I guess
gave it to Lynch.
They're going to get a lab report. She doesn't look like the kind of person that might be drinking and driving. And yes, you could look into it. I mean, she's white.
I don't know where that came from.
I'm wondering how long was the car stuck in that spot that the driver, the conductor doesn't see it in advance that there's a car trapped.
Right. Well, no, the conductor tried to stop. He was going too fast. It's hard to just hit the brakes like that. So
not a fucking Chevy.
6 people were killed, and supposedly people a few cars back were just having idle chatter about the Seahawks fucking up, while people a few cars up were burning to death. That's how separated they were.
Well, yeah, the one guy I heard interviewed said, "I will never sit on the front train ever again. Just stay in the back."
I don't know why
you're
you
safer.
would. You were like one of those Chinese people the old emperors used to put in the front lines.
It's known as on the Metro North. It's called the quiet car.
Yeah.
So the people that were on that were the people that hate chatter.
Just a goddamn,
it was quiet, all right.
Goddamn shame.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for all those families, but what are you going to do? Pete Carroll, we have James. You have audio of Pete Carroll. Is anything interesting? He's on the Today Show, trying to defend himself. He backtracks a lot.
He's under and how he's coping with it all.
Tell me a little bit about what it's been like to be Pete Carroll over these last 3 days.
Well, it's been a whirlwind. There's been a lot going on. I feel responsible for a lot of people right now. Certainly, from the family to the organization, our players and the coaches and all that. But it extends well beyond that. As you go out into our community and the area that follows us, there's a lot of people that really care a lot about what we're doing, and our game hit them really hard. And I thought they might need me.
You're answering a little
some.
bit like Pete Carroll, the football coach. And let me try it again. What's it been like to be Pete Carroll, the human being?
Shut up.
Over these past 3 days.
It started off with having to get right. I had to get my mind right so that I could take on
Wait, stop that for a second. Is that Matt Lauer? Yes. Matt, shut the fuck up. Get off your high horse, Lauer. The last thing this poor guy needs is you up his ass with your arrogant condescending. I'll ask you again, Pete. All right, you're not answering my question. What's it like to be you, the human being? You're answering as a football coach, because that's what he is, dude, and that's how he made the decision as a football coach. Pete Carroll, the human being, didn't make a decision to, stop his car on the train track or something, or do something wrong with his kids. He made a bad football decision, so he's answering like that. What's it like to be the human being? You're a real hard hitter, Lauer. You fucking dope. If I were Lauren, fucking should be a landscaper still, this idiot. Dolt. Well, I'll ask again. Yeah, you're a real hard hitter, Matt. You really asked the ballsy question. I'll ask you, what's it like being Pete Carroll, the human being? Go fuck yourself. What's it like being a blockhead like you?
That would be great if that was his response. The human being says, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, the human being says that's what the human being wants to say. Matt, go fuck yourself. Where in the world is Matt Lauer? At the end of my fist. How's that sound? A dirtbag scumbag. All right,
sounds like Matt lost money.
Keep going.
To do. That was to face everybody and give them some perspective so that we can move ahead.
I watched your expression as you saw that play unfold. And you bent over at the waist. And my heart broke.
The way I like
to
it,
be
man.
perfectly honest. How were you feeling inside?
Immediately.
Same question.
I mean, within the instant of the turnover, the gravity of what just happened, I understood.
You have not watched TV. I'm sure that's somewhat of a self-imposed blackout a little bit.
There you go.
You don't want to hear the negativity, but you know what's being said. You've heard the experts, not just average Joes, say it was the worst call ever.
It was the worst result of a call ever. The call would have been a great one if we catch it. It would have been just fine and nobody would have thought twice about it.
I want to see more.
Wow. Matt Lauer just up his ass, man. He's lucky he didn't get smacked.
Even if he would have got the touchdown, people would have went. I'm surprised he didn't run.
Yeah, but that would easily be forgotten, though.
It would be forgotten, but people would say
people would have questioned it as being dumb. Putting the ball in the air. I said this before. If you even think about throwing the football, You do it from a non-passing formation where it's a play action. You throw it to one of the corners.
Right.
And if the guy's covered, you throw it 50 feet into the fucking stands. That's it.
Right.
But you waste it down. Don't even try it. It just, again, that's just making excuses.
What you said during the game was dead on, where you said it's something you should be fired for. You could get fired for that. That won't happen.
Anybody else would. He's got a ring last year. He brought him to the Super Bowl this year. It's going to be very difficult. It's fucking hard, man. I don't care how good you are. And they got a busted up secondary. Sherman's hurt, and the other guy's hurt. Isn't Chancellor hurt?
It's a few people hurt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sherman had his kid today, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Didn't happen during the game.
Right.
Was she in labor for 2 days?
Something like that.
I don't give a fuck about either one of them.
Pete Carroll called for a breach baby. I'd go breach here, Richard. Why? It's fine in the birth canal. No, I'd go breach. Turn it around.
Turn it. We're going breach.
Turn the baby around. The Legion of Doom. Turn it around. But Matt Lauer, what a pest. What an asswipe little pest. I'll ask again, because we're just not getting any answers from you, Pete. Like he's talking to Bin fucking Laden, Mr. Big Shot. Speaking of Bin Laden and the boys over there, ISIS, it's the dark ages, man.
Hard transition.
It's the dark fucking ages. ISIS set a person on fire. I mean, oh my God. Isn't that, I mean, you know, and I got to tell you something. I really do like Obama. I do. I voted for the guy. Even though I'm a convicted felon, I illegally voted for him. I supported him. But, you know, no one wants to hear you, dude, invoke the Christians did bad shit during the Crusades argument. It was 600 years ago, man. You don't have to be that politically correct. Just say Muslims, these ISIS people, in the name of other people who are good, are destroying the reputation of a religion and doing barbaric things. Don't bring up what Christians did 400 and 600 fucking years ago, because no one cares about that analogy, Obama. Nobody cares. I heard him today. He goes, and don't think we're innocent. 600 years ago. Dude, it was the Dark Ages 600 fucking years ago. They lit a person on fire a couple of days ago, dude. You're the president. Get up and say you're being despicable. Talk like that guy from Jordan, the Jordanian king. He's like, dude, I'm like Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven. I want to kill them all. Kill them all because they're fucking douchebags. Obama's being Mr. Diplomat. And I like Obama, but I don't know. I think he's letting some personal feelings get involved here.
They're fucking up, dude. Because they sent people in. They sent their fucking squad in there to collect these fucking hostages, and nothing's happening. They're failing left and right.
You can't. Listen, you can't negotiate with these people. It's very difficult. You might have to just admit, look, I don't know what to do. If anybody is dumb enough, if anybody's dumb enough to go in that region who's not in ISIS or an ISIS sympathizer, you're just putting your life on the line. And not just your life, you're risking a death that's horrible.
So you're saying I should cancel my trip?
Yeah, I'm saying you should cancel your trip. Oh, fuck you! Unless you want to go as a hard-hitting reporter for the Artie Lang podcast. No, but I mean, like, these people, just imagine, it's 2015. There's a group of people where if you fall in their hands and the only difference you have with them is you were born into a different religion. The only difference you have with them is you were born into a different religion. You didn't kill one of their family. You didn't steal from them. You didn't insult them. You were born under a different religion. You yourself might not even be religious. And you happen to fly in the wrong area. If you do that, there's people on this earth who can capture you, and because of that offense and nothing else, burn you alive or behead you alive with a fucking knife on camera. That is just as grotesque as it gets. And you know, for Obama, God, he made me furious today. I watched his speech when he said, we don't get on our high horse, guys. Christians have done a lot of bad things in the name of Christ. Give me a fucking break. He's talking about the Crusades 600 years ago. Are you fucking crazy? And then he said, oh, you know, the Jim Crow laws in the 60s were in the name of Christians. Not the Christians I was fucking brought up by. the Ku Klux Klan are not Christ-like to me. They're fucking retards is what they are. They're just dirtbag retards. I don't care what they say.
The problem is extremists going one way or the other. You're fucking losing. You can't be extreme anything. Yeah. You got to kind of realize,
especially religion,
have different shit going on. Dude.
Especially religion. Yeah.
Well, I just saw the movie American Sniper, and
was it good? I'm dying.
Really good.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why a guy can go over there and just be fucking killing people left and right, and somehow feel like he's doing a good thing. You know.
Well, here's the thing. I saw there was a great interview with a guy who was like, it's like the second highest amount of kills sniper wise.
Okay.
I saw him on CNN. The CNN show in the morning where James Earl Jones overpronounces the Spanish woman's name. Where he goes, "You're watching CNN with Chris Cuomo, Melissa Fields, and Aguala Matavarana." Try to find that audio, James. He goes, "You're watching CNN with Chris Cuomo, Melissa Fields, and Alaguana Farala." Alaguana de Farala. So they're interviewing like a sniper, and he's talking about, how you feel when you kill somebody. And he's like, "Listen, I'm just doing math. I'm doing pure math.
Right.
If I kill this guy, I might save 50 other people."
That's what they keep saying throughout that movie.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm not defending snipers and what they do, but if a guy is walking to a U.S. base with a bomb and is going to kill 100 soldiers with a bomb and kill himself with that bomb, and you take him out anyway. Now, that guy's gone anyway, and the 50 other people are alive. 100 other people are alive, so that is math.
And they're such scumbags that they put the bomb on a baby. They don't give a shit.
It's so sad.
And you got to decide if you're going to shoot the kid,
It's so sad. It's so sad. Did anybody else see that speech with Obama? Does that make you livid that he would talk about the Crusades?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, come on, just come out and say, you don't have to badmouth Muslims. You don't have to badmouth Islam. You could say, like the Ku Klux Klan with Christian was going, look, they don't represent us. They're assholes. These people are doing something in the name of Islam that's giving it a bad name. We hate them. But they're really scumbags.
Most Muslims don't believe half the shit that's going on. Most real true Muslims. I know I'm Christian, but I'm cool with a few. They like, this is dumb shit. This is them.
Well, Muhammad
people going fucking crazy.
If you look at pure teachings, if you look at just pure teachings and writings, Muhammad might be the most peaceful of all gods.
The thing is, most major, I say it like this, most major religions all have the same teaching when it comes back to just treat people nicely. That's what it all comes back to.
Well, the golden rule.
Yeah.
The one the others is, again,
exactly.
You start lighting people on fire, man, you're going to get some people pissed off. And I tell you what, we're the ones who aren't crazy. We're the good kid in the playground who has compassion. You want to get caught by us, ISIS, okay? Jihadi Johnny, wherever the fuck you are, you better pray you get caught by an American and not the king of fucking Jordan. Because guess what, dude?
You're not gonna make
it ain't going to be a fun death. It ain't going to. You just set that guy's kid on fire.
It's like,
there's a scene in American Sniper that's just so fucked up.
You know what? Don't even talk. I'm dying to see it.
Okay.
Should he get the Oscar? I think. Listen.
No.
I think Ben Cumberbatch should get it because I just like that name. I want to see someone say Ben Cumberbatch. And Ben Cumberbatch and Artie Farara. But I think I saw The Theory of Everything. The kid who does Stephen Hawking, you don't give him the Oscar. You shouldn't even have the fucking Oscars. But is what Cooper really great in it?
He's that's his best performance.
Yeah.
I think he's
Cooper's
great
good.
in it. I don't
Cooper's
think it's Oscar worthy.
Better than She's Not That Into You.
I'm trying to think who else is nominated against. It's Bradley Cooper. It's the Theory of Everything guy, and nobody from
Selma.
Whiplash
Selma.
is the guy who played Martin Luther King in Selma.
No, they got. Isn't that the story? They got ripped off, right? Selma got overlooked.
He was great as Martin Luther King. Now, who
is
nominated for Best Actor? The guy from The Imitation Game.
Does anyone else play a retard?
No.
Ben Cumberbatch. You're thinking about Ben Cumberbatch.
Is that
that's the guy from Imitation Game.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's not
Ben Cumberbatch and Artie Farara.
Who else, Dan? You checking?
Yeah, well, I listen.
The theory of everything guy is going to win.
Fucking sad. It's
Boyhood guy? Anyone from Boyhood?
No, okay, Michael Keaton, right?
Michael Keaton, Birdman.
Yeah, Michael Keaton, Birdman. And look, I would love to hear Michael Keaton's acceptance speech.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that theory of everything kid will give a boring one, I'm sure. But look, just having done the little acting I've done in films, when you have to prepare for a day on a movie where you're doing something that's a little uncomfortable or challenging physically, it's difficult. That kid probably shot 70% of that movie looking like he had Lou Gehrig's disease. I mean, and he pulls it off. The voice, the phrasing, the physicality of it, amazing job.
He was great.
Yeah, and it was a very moving.
Well, Keaton beat him, right?
No,
because he got comedy.
He won
They made
SAG,
it a comedy.
Golden Globes. He won the drama. Yeah.
Steve Carell, that's who we forgot.
Oh, Carell.
Foxcatcher. He was great in that,
What is
too.
the Foxcatcher about? I don't even know what it's about.
It's about the guy, the DuPont
It's about
family.
2 hours too long. The DuPont family.
Yeah,
okay.
DuPont, he had a lot of money, and he was a really big wrestling fan, and he hires 2 ex-Olympic athletes to start a program within his home.
Oh, all right.
And he's psycho. And Steve Carell plays this psycho that starts doing coke with the guys, and there's this gay undertone in the movie.
I'd like to see Carell in that.
He's really good in it. But the movie is really slow and really dry.
Slow with a gay cokehead? You got to really.
There's no gay. No, they should have brought the gay and more of the coke into it that I'm told in the book is there. But there's no. It's just barely gay.
So to quote Joe, not enough gay coke in it.
Our film critic Joe Matarese says, not enough gay coke.
Well, they should be sucking dicks with coke on the tip.
Too much solid acting, not enough gay coke. With Magara Parara. But anyway, so I think, here it is. The New York Post, because of course Rupert Murdoch chose to air it and put it in the Post. Look at this guy, man. This poor fucking guy. There's a picture on page 8 of the New York Post of the guy halfway on fire, and it's the lower half, so you see his face.
Let me see that.
My God,
I don't want to see that shit. Like, it's fun. Like I seen it because
it's
just I can't. I don't know. What the fuck is wrong with people? Well, and it's too much information getting put out there. Also, I feel like the media is a piece of shit for even having that out there.
Dude,
you run the story.
Rupert Murdoch's catching a lot of shit. They don't know what to do. These guys beheading the guys are getting a lot of attention.
It's too much attention. That's why they keep doing it. You're going to keep if you beheaded somebody and no one gave a fuck, you'd be like, this is.
Well, we were making that point. In this country, if someone runs onto a baseball field, a fan runs onto a baseball field, we don't put them on television.
Yeah.
If you blow up a train station, we put you on TV.
It's not good, dude. They give you
what kind of message are we sending?
They give you a nickname that's really cool. They give you everything you need to keep going.
Jesus Christ. That is crazy shit.
The Grand Central Bomber. You're like, yeah, that's me, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All right, we're gonna take a break. We'll regroup here, and we come back. We'll talk more about some crazy bullshit going on. There was a gay scene in the original Good Will Hunting script that they put in there to see if anyone was reading their script.
That's funny.
And I want to talk about the fact that Robin Williams, again, more proof that why even go through the trouble and the expense of having a will made up? If some whore you're dating can just say, he promised me over wine one day that I could have everything in the house. And his kids, even though they're meticulously promised in contracts made at a lawyer's office, all this stuff, he told me once, so let's go to court. And of course, you're going to court. Why make a will? Why have it? Why have it in writing? If a broad can just say, he told me once over a goddamn Chardonnay in front of the fire.
No, that's no.
You know. I mean, because before the podcast started, we was talking about how I can't cry. I don't know what it is, people. I can't fucking cry. And this is fucking sad. Like, I'm getting so angry. I get angry. Like, instead of and this shit is fucking ridiculous. What's wrong with people? And this is why I can't cry, because no one really gives a fuck. Everybody's sitting there. Everybody's doing their own thing and fucking just, who's arguing over money? He's dead. Just take what the fuck you get and walk away.
Money, though. They argue over money. Listen. It's controversial, I'm sure.
It's all you got when someone dies, I'm sure.
It's controversial, I'm sure, but his wife arguing against the kids, I am for lighting her on fire. Let's take a break. Back after this. Artie Quitter and La Farara.
This is New Day with Chris Cuomo, Kate Bolton and Michaela Pereira.
Michaela Pereira. If you're going to have someone say your name, you might as well have it be James Earl Jones. Joe, your thoughts?
I was going to try to do it.
I nailed him.
What was his other one?
Joe Matarese.
Thank you for calling Bell Atlantic.
Was he Bell Atlantic?
Yeah.
Was he?
He would do me strong.
Bell
Chris
Atlantic.
Cotton.
Yeah, no, he was.
Get a good cotton.
David Letterman had a great top 10 list years ago. Words that are only cool when Barry White says them. And he had Barry White read them. It was so fucking funny. Like, Pataki. But anyway, yeah. So that's the commercial I was talking about. The promo.
I'm a huge James Earl fan.
Oh God,
It's hard not to be.
how do you
It's
not
great.
like him, man? He's
just for Field of Dreams.
If you don't like James Earl Jones, you are a racist and a piece of shit.
well, and you could also be a racist and a piece of shit and like him.
He's that good.
I used to love
He transcends stuff.
Exorcism.
Jeff Ross had a great bit where he said I went on a voiceover
I know this.
audition,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
and I just James Earl Jones is sitting next to me. I just got up and left.
It was a voiceover audition. There was two people, me and James Earl Jones. What was it? All we had to say is, "This is CNN" or something, right? The one line was, "This is CNN." Jeff had another great joke about. Well, he's got a lot of them, but years ago, he said, "I read Michael Jordan made $80 million in commercials last year." And I said, "My God, he must book every audition he goes on."
It's funny.
A little inside, but you get it.
I like. Or we're gonna swap Jeff Ross favorite bits. My favorite bit is he has a bit about moving. He goes, to get your friends to move, you got to trick them into helping you.
Right.
Because tomorrow we're shooting a short film. It's called Moving. You're in the big couch scene.
It's just a rehearsal. That's why there's no camera. We're just blocking. I'm trying to punch it up.
Nice.
All right, so we got some fun voicemails. Again, Pete Carroll with balls enough to call the show and then morphed into someone making fun of Pete Carroll. Didn't make any sense as Joe was our comedic logic person.
Stick in the bit, man.
Yeah. And he always points out the illogical shit in people's characters. But Warren Sapp, of course, got into some trouble. Warren solicited a prostitute, supposedly. I smell entrapment. I really do. And, his nickname might be his last name as well. You never know. Sapp. And people say he assaulted someone. I hope that's not the case, and I don't think it's true. I think it's just Broad trying to get more out of him. But if it is true, he'll get no sympathy from me. Thank you. All right. Now, Warren, to defend himself, called this show, like a lot of people in the NFL will defend themselves. They call the Artie Lang Uncensored podcast. Here's Warren Sapp.
Hey, Artie, it's me, Warren Sapp.
I'd stop
I'm over here in...
Stop right there.
He didn't even try.
Dude, could you give a little effort?
You piece of shit.
Could you give a little effort on the Warren Sapp impression?
Hey, it's me, Warren Sapp.
And we still don't know who this guy is. There's no name. We don't know who he is, right?
You just basically sound like the guy who works next to you in the other cubicle. Artie, they're Warren Sapp. You better have, dude, if that's your impression, you better follow with insanely great material. All right, let's hear.
Hey, Artie, it's me, Warren Sapp. I'm over here in jail in Arizona, and I was hoping you could break me out or post bail. So if you can, let me know, man. I'm just over here. Had some trouble with some whores last night. You know that. These fucking whores get a little rambunctious. You got to calm them down with your fists. And over here in Arizona, they're a little bit gay with their laws. So yeah, I'm locked up. So if you can bust me out, Artie, I'd really appreciate it. All right. Hope you're doing well. Bye.
So let me get this straight. If fake Warren Sapp believes if you straighten out a whore with your fists, it's gay to have a law against that.
But on top of that, we're his call. You know, we were his call. It was like, I get a call. Let me call.
I was his call.
The Artie Lang.
Arizona has gay laws against this. I need you to break me out or something or bail me out. Sure. I'll try to help you out there, buddy.
Hey, this is Warren Sapp.
All this guy's impressions start out like
Is that
normal.
the guy, by the way?
Nah,
Is that
that's
our
definitely
guy?
not the guy. He puts in way more effort than that.
You don't think that's the Derek
that's
Jeter
not-
guy?
That's definitely not Derek.
No, it's not the same guy.
It's not the Derek
Based off
Jeter
the
guy.
phone number, it's not.
I thought it was.
I know. I kind of knew it wasn't. But it's funny in the same way. But
It sounds just
this
like
guy
that guy.
really puts no effort.
Hello, this is Warren Sapp. No,
Nothing.
definitely not.
I mean, he
Warren
doesn't even attempt.
Sapp. Piece of shit.
Hey, all right, this is Warren Sapp. I mean, he's Jesus.
Well, this guy's done other ones because I noticed this guy.
He sounds like he just did Warren Sapp as if he went to college and went to class.
This guy starts out normal, and every one of his things ends with a gay slur and a
Yeah.
racial slur,
Well,
like right at the end.
I think that's a common thread with our audience.
Which I'm not arguing with.
Yeah, we couldn't narrow it down. I don't think.
But they open nice, and then at the end they're like nigger. Yeah, just fucking throw it in there.
Hey, it's Warren Sapp. How you doing, buddy? Can you get me out of prison? I'd really like it. I'm a big fan of the show. Anyway, nigger fag.
Listen, man, if the equation works, it works.
Okay, nigger fag.
The equation works.
All right. So now, who else called?
We've got a lot of them here. The Webster's Dictionary.
Oh, the
actually
Webster's
called.
Dictionary call. I'm
Yeah.
sure they've got some notes.
shit.
They've got some notes on the
This
show.
isn't going to be good.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're doomed.
Hey Artie, my name's Webster. Webster's Dictionary. I'm a big dictionary, and I was hoping that you can give me to your co-hosts Joe Matarese and Chris Cotton because they're really fucking stupid, and they could use me. And my buddy Encyclopedia Britannica, he also would like to lend his services to those dumb fucks because they don't know half the shit that they're saying. So that's Encyclopedia Britannica and Webster's Dictionary saying we want you to give us to those dumb fucks, Joe and Chris.
I get it.
All right, Artie, take care.
You got it, buddy.
I think this is the guy, Chris, on Twitter that slams us for incorrect grammar
Well, I
and
don't
shit
know
in our tweets. I hate when people correct my grammar in a tweet. I'm on a treadmill, dude. I'm moving while I'm trying to write with a thumb.
Maybe you should get off the treadmill before you tweet.
No.
Put a little effort into it. Tweeting's a lot of a comedian's life these days. Could you put a little fucking effort?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not doing anything. I just fucking miss. I'm dyslexic. It's a fucking fact.
Right.
So I miss shit all the time, and I'm fucking. I don't even.
You too with your tweets? I'll tweet lose LOOSE.
It should happen.
But I thought
loose
that-
is lose. to
I
me.
thought at first I thought he was going to be Webster, the little black kid.
I was hoping.
That's what I was hoping
That would
for.
be
yeah.
funny.
But and hold on, nobody's fucking using encyclopedias anymore. What the fuck?
All right, well, let's calm down. I
If
guess-
you want to meet me outside, we can talk.
there's
about
a lot of flaws.
No,
a lot of
I'm gonna let every friend I have here that they're gonna be like this.
There's a lot of flaws in the bit. All right, so who else is there?
Next up is diabetes.
Oh, diabetes call. Thank God.
Was that for me or Artie?
That's for me.
Hey Artie, it's just me, diabetes. Watching the big game and I'm thinking about you, man. Just do me a favor, put down the fucking pizza and Twinkies.
Oh, come on.
And pick up a fucking head of lettuce, you fat fuck. Alright? Diabetes. Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, buddy. Diabetes, very articulate.
Should be diabetes 2, right?
Diabetes, no, one.
1.
Diabetes is a Greek guy, by the way, owns a diner. Which is very ironic. You're diabetic as well, Chris?
No, but I mean, I'm pretty
what
sure.
the fuck?
I mean, they probably down the street waiting for me. They
Well,
just
you're
tell
young still. I wasn't. What are you, 28? I was 20 years away from diabetes at your age.
Yeah.
But thank you, diabetes, for calling in and warning me about the dangers of pizza and the positives of a head of lettuce.
How are the levels, Artie? How are we looking?
My numbers are good. My numbers are very good lately. Very good. So I got that going for me. What else we got?
Johnny Foosball calling from rehab.
No, really? Okay. I know Johnny.
Hey, Artie. This is Johnny Foosball. And I say Johnny Foosball because I'm in rehab. And I didn't hear we've been playing foosball all day, and I'm the king of foosball. So now they're calling me Johnny Foosball, and making fun of me for Johnny Pizzazz too. But that's besides the point. That's why I'm drinking.
I actually believe this guy.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's really there.
Listen, well, no, you can't call out like this from rehab. But Johnny Foosball is huge in rehab.
That's why I believe
it is huge. But guys are like so immature in rehab. The drugs, I think, have stunted their emotional growth at the third grade because they still do that thing in foosball where they try to hit you in the nuts with the player. I got you. I'm like, dude, we're 48. We're 48. You got me in the nuts with the foosball thing. I'm playing foosball to forget I'm fucking here.
I don't think I've ever played someone who's great at foosball. Like, is
no,
there anyone great?
Oh God, yeah. It is pathetic.
Game.
It is pathetic that someone has spent that much time. But you never saw a guy work those things where they move them real quick.
No, I haven't.
I know Flippin has, right? That's pretty impressive. It's very impressive.
Yeah, some guys are really good at it. Because they play that like in the same way somebody might play pool at the bar.
I'm too good of a pool shooter. Like I've wasted too much time perfecting pool, which I could have done so much more with that time. I'm inconsistent, but I used to be a very good pool shooter.
Well, pool makes sense. I don't know. It's like
why though? Why does it make more sense unless you're going to do it professionally?
Well, you can have one in your house. You could spend time
you
playing.
Have foosball in your house too.
I know, but you don't ever see anyone have a foosball table out in their living room. It would look like a loser.
I've seen it.
Yeah, me too.
I guess you never saw Ben Affleck's first apartment in L.A.
To me, it's like being.
I was over there constantly with the guys.
It's like being good at that golf with the wheel. What's that golf game where you roll the ball? Golden Tee or whatever. Faggy McGee's.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You go to all the bars have that.
God, that's old.
That's still.
Did you ever see that, Chris? As a 28-year-old, you never saw that.
What the fuck is he talking about?
He's a black guy.
Are you talking about shovelboard? What the fuck?
No.
Video golf.
Golden
Tee, where you roll the white ball.
We used to play it after the TV show. We would go out to the bar and.
Do you know what it is?
No fucking idea what this is.
Yeah.
And I was an arcade dude. I mean, I'm an air hockey. I love air hockey.
It's actually called ghetto golf. That's what it's called. Yeah, absolutely.
Like
me and my buddies called it that. I don't know. I don't know if it caught on.
Are you good at it?
Ghetto golf?
Yeah.
Listen, I've golfed 4 times in my life. All 4 times I ended up shirtless, drunk, and throwing the ball by the 4th hole. And I never got into it in arcades or I never got into golf on any level. And I recognize it's a game people love. And do you ever play golf? Do you ever get into
I golf.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I like golf.
Are you good at it?
I'm not good, but I don't suck. I'm like mid-90s.
That's amazing. That's very good.
It's not amazing.
No, I'm saying, Lou, I could not, and I have great hand-eye coordination with baseball and shit. That's my strength in sports, is hand-eye. I got a great outside shot in basketball. Right. I could dribble, I could catch and hit in baseball, and I could catch and throw in football.
You could dribble in baseball?
I dribble while I'm eating a hot dog. But golf, I never got into. I just get bored. Mid-90s is amazing, yeah. Compared to what I would do, sure, absolutely.
You get bored even going to a driving range, just hitting a bucket of balls?
That I've done, and I've enjoyed somewhat, but
I've never done that. I mean to, but I don't give a fuck.
Remember that Woody Allen had a good stand-up joke. My father was a very unsuccessful man. He was a caddy at a miniature golf course.
So what is your arcade game?
One of my favorite jokes for some reason.
What's your favorite arcade game? What do you do? In the arcade, if you go, what the fuck can you spend 2 hours
like a video game.
I like pool. Would you consider pool an arcade game?
It can be. It's an upscale arcade. What about you?
I love shooting pool.
They might. Do they have pool in those Dave and Buster's or something?
Yeah, they got
sure they do.
Yeah,
Grow
they do.
up.
They do, right? Call Artie and see if he wants to go play hoops. Where is that one from?
I could do it. Me and my family. It's 2 things we can do. We would literally, me and my family. Like I said, I was raised by mostly dudes, so we would either take over the basketball shooting thing, the thing that the hot shot, whatever it's called. We would either take that over or the fucking air hockey. No, like we would let nobody get in. It'd be like, oh, we're taking this table for fucking 2 hours.
You didn't. Oh, that's right. What, you had all brothers and stuff.
I got 2 older brothers. My dad primarily raised me, and I got all older cousins.
Okay,
dudes. I was the youngest.
There was a time where I don't know what adult arcade it was, where they would have like a little half court in there, and you could play basketball. And that, to me, that was the most fun.
Yeah,
at a bar,
I love basket.
Playing real basketball, like just.
Wait, what do you mean, like real basketball?
They would have like one hoop, and they'd have
a half a court.
They'd have a little half court and fenced in. I remember guys would play.
I never saw that in a sports.
Yeah.
They had an actual half court where you could play like a 2-on-2 basketball game?
No, it was smaller than that, but you could play 1-on-1.
Dude, I would love that.
I
mean, you're not talking about one of those Coors Light, like in the net, like shooting the ball.
No, a real basketball.
A real basketball.
In Philly, I remember. Do you remember Philly when you're young? You're not going to remember. There was a place called Michael Jack Schmidt's.
Yeah,
and it was
dude, that had a comedy club. In
yeah,
it
did.
I did stand up at Michael Jack Schmidt's.
Michael Jack Schmidt's.
Yeah, it was on like 8th and Market in Philly, right in Center City, and I think they had a basketball thing.
There are a bunch of places in Chicago that have that what you're talking about.
Yeah,
they have a big net and a regular basketball net.
Right.
And it's just to settle bets, I'm guessing.
There's nothing better than bars where you could be drinking, playing something you shouldn't be playing, drinking.
Drinking adds fun to everything. I used to be driving before everyone got uptight about it.
Pool,
I mean,
you
nowadays
could play
you go out, you have 10 or 11 shots of Wild Turkey. Everyone wants your fucking car keys. But
pool, you can play drunk.
Pool. Again, I love 9-ball. I love 8-ball. I love straight pool. All types of pool.
We should go out and play pool.
I've never seen
play a good game of pool.
Yeah, I'm okay. I have I can't drink. It's weird. I can't drink. That's
Do
the
you
only way
think
I'm
this
good.
boy's a hustler?
I'm unbelievable at ping pong, but bars rarely have it.
I'm okay.
If a bar has pool, it might have ping pong. They throw right over the pool table.
And then I guess we all should do our game. I'm air hockey.
Spot.
I'm air hockey. Fucking, I'm a beast.
Air hockey.
I am really.
That's
good at
something else I do like. Air hockey.
Air hockey. It's fucking crazy.
I'm trying to remember. There's a bar. There's a pool hall in the Upper West Side that has a ping pong next to the pool table.
Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Amsterdam Billiards.
Yeah.
You know who used to own that?
Who?
Here's a comedy/pool trivia. Who used to own Amsterdam Billiards?
Oh wait, David Brenner.
That's right.
Shit, yeah, nailed that.
There was also one on 4th Avenue.
He had two.
Lower East Side.
You got to be fucking kidding.
There was an Amsterdam Billiards on 4th Avenue, Lower East Side by Lafayette Street, and there was one by Astor Place, and there was one on the Upper West Side on Amsterdam. Yeah.
Was Brenner like a pool guy? Was he
Amsterdam,
really good at pool?
Amsterdam Billiards, it was called.
David Brenner doesn't seem like he's dead, but he did die.
David Brenner's been dead for about a year.
Was he?
He was a pool shark.
He was.
Yeah, he was like a massively great pool shooter. Absolutely.
So we should. How about when we in Borgata? We should probably go play some fucking pool.
I'll play some pool.
They got pool in the Borgata?
I should have it.
Dude, the Borgata's in those hotels. I'll call it downstairs and bring it up to the room.
It comes with
a pool table.
It comes with a dead hooker.
When I used to go, no, that you have to supply yourself. When I used to go to the Hard Rock Casino with Howard in those shows, they gave me, Howard, and Freddie and Robin had suites that all had pool tables in them. That was really cool. Really cool. A lot of strippers left with green asses.
Did you ever have a bowling lane in your hotel room?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah,
a
we had
bowling
that with
lane.
Howard.
A bowling lane.
We did a thing where we did in Hard Rock. They have it. I bowled with Carmen Electra on TV.
Did you win?
Yeah, easily.
Are you a good bowler?
No, but Carmen Electra's retarded.
You know who's an amazing bowler? I was watching the Super Bowl, did a whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Terrell Owens was fucking unbelievable. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's like a pro bowler.
Why does that surprise you? He's a great athlete.
It just
it's
looked
hand-eye,
funny.
hand-eye coordination, man. He's a receiver.
And focus. It's focus.
Yeah,
man.
you could... Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan did nothing but bowl for 2 months, you don't think he'd be the best bowler on the planet Earth?
Dwayne Wade's better than just Dwayne Wade's really good. He was better than
it
Terrell.
makes total sense to me. Mike and the Mad Dog, Chris Russo, used to be hilarious like that with bowling. It's not a sport, Mike. It never changes. The defense never changes. It's always the same thing, Mike. If you let Michael Jordan do nothing but bowl for 30 days, he'd be the best bowler on the planet Earth, Mike.
It's repetition.
He just doesn't want to play. Who wants to play? It's boring.
He's got a point.
There's no defense that ever changes. There's no field that ever. It's always the same thing.
It never changes.
If you do nothing but let me bowl for 2 months, I'd be the 10th best in the world.
It's 403 on the fan. We'll be right back.
We're back.
That used to be one of my old bits about how it would be great to be a sports guy if you got a sports radio guy if you got in a fight with your wife.
I've heard you do that.
You could just fade to commercials.
I've heard you do that.
Mid-fight.
What the fuck?
Why are you yelling at me? I was listening. I swear to God. It's 5:03 in the living room. I'll be in the kitchen.
Mike and Amanda used to do stuff like you would hear they would always do scenarios, which was great. And Mad Dog would go to Francesco. Let me paint the picture for you, Mike. Right now, 3rd and 8, big spot, 4th quarter, AFC Championship game, Jets Dolphins, tie game from the 8-yard line. You got one quarterback, both in a prime, Richard Todd or Kenny O'Brien. Right now, Mike, gun to your head, Richard Todd, Kenny O'Brien. Who do you take? 3rd and 8, big spot, 4th quarter. Who do you take? Both in a prime, Richard Todd, Kenny O'Brien. Right now, gun to your head, Mike. Then there's a pause and Francesco goes, Richard Todd, we're back. He goes, Richard Todd, and the dog just goes, we're back. Gun to your head right now, Mike. Who do you take? Gun to your head. Richard Todd, both in a prime. Kenny O'Brien, 3rd and 8, big spot, 4th quarter. AFC Championship game. Jets Dolphins, big spot.
I got to say, I miss those guys, man.
Oh, they were great.
I used to listen to them, and I would take.
They were great
in
together.
the shower. I would listen to it.
That's getting a little creepy.
But that's how much I liked them.
No,
I don't want to hear this.
They were fantastic together. They were fantastic together. I can remember in my heaviest of gambling days, the NFL playoffs would roll right into college basketball heating up, and then eventually into the March tournaments. And that 4-month period, I would bet everything on every game, and more money than I could afford to bet. I would listen to them analyze games with a big sandwich, like during lunch, working construction or something. Yeah, and it was so much. It was so much fun. It was a blast.
They made that movie, Bad Lieutenant, like a great movie. I think he's listening to them the whole movie, right?
That's right. That's Bad Lieutenant is a great Harvey Keitel movie that's underrated. Came out probably about 25 years ago. Harvey Keitel plays a crack-addicted, gambling addict lieutenant for the New York City Police Department, and it's a lot of it. A lot of it is him with bets on games, and it's great. He's watching, I think it's the '86 series or something like that.
Yeah, I gotta go see that movie again.
Yeah. He wakes
Chris would love that movie.
He wakes up and he's in a crack den, and he wakes up and he starts screaming at the TV because Strawberry Strikes Out or something. It's real funny. Yeah. But he also does Full Frontal, which is a big beware. He
gets girls to suck his dick when he pulls them over. Pulls over hot girls and tells them to suck his dick, or he's giving them a ticket.
My buddy used to do that. He'd say, pull over a hot chick and go like, let me ask you something, honey. What do you do for a living? I'm a secretary. Yeah, how far away from your house do you work? About like 6 miles. All right, here's your choice. You could walk 6 miles to work every day for the next 6 months. Or, and he points to his cock, he goes, you could take care of the kid. Safe to say he didn't get his pension. He would come to me. He was a middleman for a bookie while he was a cop. He would show up at my house, on duty in his squad car from a town three miles away, and he'd have like his walkie-talkie on his thing, And I hear 211 in progress. You go, all right, you had the Panthers giving 8. Don't you have to go to the Robbie? He goes, just suck a dick. I'm like, dude, a retarded internal affairs person could catch you. A retard could catch you. You're in a squad car in uniform with the radio on, coming to my house, collecting money.
No longer a cop.
No, and did not get his pension. Or you could take care of the kid.
You can take care of the kid.
All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, I have a letter here from Mike Bocchetti, an article. Mike Bocchetti wrote a very touching article about the podcast, about all of us. He's fans of ours. And Mike will be on the podcast as much as we could have him on. But Mike wanted to come on to promote the article. He wrote it for somebody. Who did he write this for? Dan, he wrote this for a specific website or something? Who is it?
Stuff Dudes Like.
Who?
Stuff Dudes Like.
Stuff Dudes Like is the name of the website. StuffDudesLike.com.
He's their editor and chump.
Yeah, he wrote an article about...
he gets fucking... Bochetti's unstoppable.
He is.
Relentlessly working hard.
Grammatic mistakes in this, though, are amazing. And the... Anyway.
By the way, in Bad Lieutenant, it was the 88 Dodgers Mets.
Dodgers-Mets playoffs.
Right.
That's right, because Strawberry does something big in that.
And it takes him through the whole playoffs all the way to the World Series?
Yes. When we come back, guys, we're going to talk to Bocchetti and wrap this up. Ladies and gentlemen out there, this is Artie Lang. All right, ready? Mike, can you hear me?
Hey, Artie, how are you, buddy?
Hey, buddy, we're going to go on.
I hear you perfect.
All right, we'll go on in a second, all right?
Okay, thanks so much.
Hey, welcome back to the Artie Quitter, Artie Censored on Live podcast. One of my favorite human beings is on the phone. That's right, Conrad Hilton Jr. Of course, it's the great Mike Bocchetti. Mike just wrote a wonderful article about this podcast for dudes, stuffdudeslike.com, a great website.
Oh, no, what? No, it's for the intro bang, actually. You can tell them that.
I'm sorry. It's for intro bang. I was giving bad information.
That's okay.
And what's intro bang?
It's a site that's pretty good. They have all great people on there. Ron and Fez are part of it.
Ron and
Jerry's.
Fez. Oh, yeah, I heard of that. Okay. Yeah, I gave my Super Bowl predictions. Of course, the one that was right.
Oh, God. It was fun, though. I wrote an article about you, Dan, Chris.
I know. I just read it. And, well, of course, Mike Bocchetti. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Yeah, what up,
Thank
Mike?
you, Art.
What's
hey,
up,
guys,
Mike?
what's going on? Hey, Joe.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, where's Dan? Is he drinking coffee?
Hey, Mike.
He's here.
Hey, Dan.
So, Mike, I was thinking of you. Being a heavyset gentleman myself, I don't cut my toenails as much as I'd like to. And I just did this morning, and they were very, very abnormally long because without a living girlfriend anymore, I let myself go even more. And it really got circus-like grotesque, the length of my toenails. And because it's hard to get down to them with my gut in the way. And it took a while. And I thought of Mike, and I thought of how long your toenails must get, and how often do you cut your toenails, Mike, and how long do they get?
I wear shoes all the time and slippers, and socks.
That's not the question. That's not the question. The question is, how often do you, if ever? Okay, so what you're saying is, are you saying you never cut your toenails?
Well, I let them fall off and grow naturally.
Oh. Bingo! That's the jackpot answer we were looking for.
Fall off.
On Artie Lang's grotesque comedian friends.
How do they fall off?
What do you mean, Mike? Eventually your feet are going to fall off, and they're not going to grow back. You just let your toenails fall off?
No, I'm only kidding.
You're not. No, you're not. Dude, you're not in an ISIS prison camp. You could cut your toenail.
I know, but I'd rather. It's easy to cut the thumb, not the thumbnails, the regular.
Your regular nail. Of course, it's easier to cut your fingernails because they're on your finger. Your toenails are difficult, but God does this. God presents you with little grooming challenges where He wants you to live up to the challenge and maybe exude some effort and fucking cut your toenails.
By losing all the weight into it, I can wipe my butt and see my penis again at least.
But that's what I mean. You just lost all this weight and you look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you.
Why don't you use that flexibility to cut your toenails? It just doesn't make any sense. What about the guy? You must be constantly getting laid now that you lost the weight.
No, I'm still the same guy on the inside. I need you guys to man me up.
Well, man you up or girl you up? You want a chick or a guy?
No. I mean, I need you guys to man me up for sure because, I don't know, I go after the wrong woman, I think.
What woman is that, breathing?
I was going to say, Eddie.
What woman do you go after, Mike?
I don't know what. I like them a lot younger than me that are hot, you know what I mean? And, that is not always good.
Younger and hot.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you should. Have you tried older and grotesque?
I don't want anybody driving a station wagon.
I understand, Mike, but you sound very uppity, very condescending, a little too choosy. Mike, you're a stand-up comic who makes 4 figures a year. And you're obese and you let your toenails naturally fall off.
Well,
that's not exactly the definition of most women's dream boat docking in.
Well, I used to be obese, but I'm I chilled out.
No, you look great. I must say, you look good. You do.
Yeah, we're working out all the time. Feels good.
And you work out with a hot chick trainer, right? Talk about this.
Oh, Irene, she's a good friend of mine. She's married for a long time. She's very close.
Well, no one's asking about your love life with her, Mike. I'm not saying you're having sex with her. I'm just saying that's a convenient excuse she has, where she can get out of fucking you. But I'm married.
No. That would never happen anyway. She's just a great friend. You know?
All right, so you're not going to take advantage of her. You're not a cad.
No, I'm a good guy. You know what I mean?
I
mean,
understand.
if somebody's married, they're married. That's it. There's no. It's like they have a barbed wire fence around them. You know
Now, have you gotten laid since your weight loss?
No, I'm working on it though. I think I may come close.
What was the year you last had sexual intercourse?
Let's just say the 20th century wasn't too bad.
All right. Okay. No, listen. I like. You know what? This is why you're a great comic, Mike, because you're honest. I love that about.
No, I always tell the truth about it because I mean, come on. I'll put it this way: hookers ran rampant in my life in the 80s and 90s.
I understand. And you liked some Marijuana, right? And some liquor, and maybe some coke.
Well, no, those days are done.
Those days I'm saying they're done, but you did enjoy those things for a while.
Oh no, I love pot more than anything. Pot was awesome. Because I can sit there and look at a pencil for an hour. It's cool.
What did he say?
Sit down and look at a pencil for an hour. It was cool.
No, I thought it was cool because, guys, I'm so excited. I actually shot an episode of Louis yesterday.
Okay, and I'll explain that. Louis C.K., of course, has one of the biggest hit shows on TV. We've all been on the show here. Oh, wait, just me. Go ahead, Mike. What did you do on the show?
It was weird, Art, because, that was the first thing I did with Louis in a long time. Actually, it came out of...
It's a television show, Mike. It's not a movie.
Oh, no. Actually, it came out of... That night we did the benefit for Rick Shapiro.
That's right. I saw. That's the last night I saw you.
The casting director from the show, Carroll, was there. She called me on Monday. She said, Louis doing an episode. He wants to put you in. Can you come tomorrow? And he just casted me as me.
You know, even though you have lost weight, I question your showering abilities because when I saw you the other night, I gave you a hug and you still smell like a sharp Romano cheese.
Well, that's being Italian. I'll never get rid of the provolone smell. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think that's being Italian. No, I think that's a lack of...
If you smell like cheese and you don't work in a pizza place, it's not a good sign.
So what was your role on Louis?
I can't really talk about it, Art, because you know how they are. They're very strict over there. But it's going to add to...
No, I don't know that. All right, so in other words, it's so secretive. Are you part of like a season cliffhanger?
Kills Louis.
I think it's the first season. First episode, I think, of season 5.
Oh, so you can't say what you're doing it.
No, but it's going to be fun, Art. It was the first time I've seen him in a long time.
Okay, well, I'm going to open up to the panel. Joe, any questions for the great Mike Bocchetti?
I'm just pissed that I've never been on Louis all of a sudden.
You'll get
really, this is my first time too, Joe. I auditioned last year, November, and didn't even get a call back. And
yeah, me either. I auditioned once, and Todd Glass got the part as a just annoying guy on an airplane.
Oh, really?
I could have nailed that.
I thought Todd Glass played the part of Joe Matarese, the comedian.
No, but Joe, you're not an annoying guy, though.
I am to
Look at
these
that
guys.
spin. Look at that spin.
Thank you.
I
think I am.
You're a cool guy. You've always been a cool guy. Like, you're the laid-back guy that I know forever. You've never been annoying to me one bit. I love you.
I don't think anyone annoys Mike Bocchetti, though.
Oh, no, that's not true.
Who annoys him?
I knew Mike on the show for a couple of years. When people would come in who sort of wronged Mike, he was very, very upset with them.
Very, very, very... Joe, I turned to Joe Pesci for sure. At least his level of...
Well, he doesn't like people who are condescending towards him. And I've seen that some comics have, it seemed like Mike was mad at them, and he claims he treated them in an arrogant way.
Really?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They're buttheads.
He doesn't mind if you make fun of him, because you make fun of him.
Well, I don't know.
Laughs.
Yeah, but, I mean, he knows.
No, I don't mind Artie making fun of him. Not that. I don't care about that. It's in love and having fun with people, but... If someone's a dick for no reason, I don't like it.
They give you the hi-hat.
They give you nothing. You can, yeah. I know what you're saying.
They give you the hi-hat. Chris Cotton, anything you want to say to Mike Bocchetti?
Chris, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Mike? I'm mad I missed you when you came in. I couldn't come in that day.
I know, but it's okay. I'll see you soon for sure because I wrote an article. I wrote you in there too and said you were one of the funny guy from Philly that somebody would watch that. I'm stumbling here, guys. I'm so excited to write because I'm doing some more writing stuff. I hope to eventually write some TV and film. That's what I'm looking for eventually.
Well, you should submit this as a writing
Yeah,
sample.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my piece of the article.
What's it say about you?
A lot of good things. I'm gonna let Artie read it. First of all, I'm just like, I don't want to get caught reading.
I'll read some of it if you want.
I don't want to read it. Fucking thing.
Well, listen. Let me read. I'll read some of this article that Mike wrote about.
I'll read my portion.
I feel like I'm in England, guys.
Do your English accent. Everybody loves your English accent.
I need to hear this.
Hello, Chris. How are you? Because we're going to get some whores down in Stout Philly and get some.
Well,
let him finish.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
I'm going to get some whores down in South Philly. That's it?
What are we going to eat?
What happened?
Man, that's a horrible interview.
What happened?
That's bangers. What about bangers and mash and stuff?
The bangers, Chris, because we're going to get some whores down in South Philly and get some steaks and then throw some whores against the fence and bang them.
Why South Philly?
Right. Throw some whores against the fence.
You're going to warn these whores.
I heard South Philly, I heard, is kind of a rough place, but I'm used to rough places because fat guys like making go anywhere because,
they can?
I'm going to take a wild guess here. You didn't play an English guy on the episode of Louis.
No, I don't care. No, I had a good time, but it was...
He just can't... Well, listen, he can't tell you what he did.
He can't tell you.
All right, here's the article.
I'm in the Louis Protection Program.
Here's the article that Mike wrote for Inner Bang. Artie Lang is a man with many talents that has worn many hats in a business where if you don't, you'll be long forgotten for his time on the Howard Stern Show. What? Writing two NY Time best-selling books, To Fat, to Fish, and Crash and Burn, his own movie, Beer League, Comedy Central specials, he has done it all. Even when he is having hard times in his life, he has still came back and topped his last project. The Artie Lang Show was on DirecTV for 2 years, period. Artie has entered a new domain now that the world of podcasting, period, although still in its infancy compared to TV and radio, is very popular. Really? With the likes of Adam Carolla and Mark Maron and a lot of people in between. I think his podcast, Artie Lang Uncensored, has hit written all over it. How about that? Mm-hmm. Not only with his years of talent and experience and millions of his fans, is Artie at his candid best, besides Artie, period. Another driving force of the show is his producer, the great Dan Filato, spelt like fellatio. A veteran producer and great talent, Dan worked for the legendary Steve Dahl in Chicago, and because of his ability as a producer and all-around good, Dan has befriended the likes of Harry Eater and Bill Murray, just to name a few. By Harry Eater, you meant Shearer, right?
Yeah, I spelled it right on the thing.
It says Eater, okay. Harry Eater. Period. Dan is a guy you want on board. Any successful show he proved. That on the Artie Lang Show, besides Dan, another comedy gem is the great James Flippin, who is not only a great on-air personality, but a brilliant board operator who created many comic moments on the Artie Lang Show on DirecTV. Rounding out the cast, our veteran comic from America's Got Talent, Letterman, and his own podcast, Fixing Joe, the great Joe Matarese Show, is a great part of the show. He is quick, great to listen to, has great stories, and bring a lot of the comedy table. And rounding out the show is Philly's own Chris Conton. Chris is a very funny, whited, fun, Supra-like able
it got ugly
guy that always brings the house down. In the world of podcasts, these guys are kings to go to artiequitter.com to scribe. Artie's podcast is Monday to Thur. Get to now the best of Artie Lang, Raw and Uncensored by Mike Bocchetti, sent from my iPad.
Yeah.
Yes, baby.
Thanks, guys.
Now, Mike, when someone reads that caliber of writing, is there any editing at all? Does it go through an editing process? Do they just say, look, this is printable
on me.
Right,
no, they did a spelling on me for sure.
Oh, they did, but they probably say this is printable as is.
Has the New Yorker called yet, Mike?
What?
Has the New Yorker called yet?
New Yorker. I'll get to that eventually. I want to develop TV and film. That's my goal. I'm telling you, I will.
So, based on this article, you feel you'll get a film deal to write a script?
Spelling bee
you
too?
never know who's watching you. I'm serious. You never know who's listening to watch. Look what happened with Louis. I mean, I didn't expect that.
Well, do you have any ideas? Yeah, but that's you acting, being hired to write a script, another skill entirely.
Oh no, I would definitely take a workshop on screenwriting and then.
Oh well, then that makes sense. Okay. So in other words, if a producer in Hollywood says, "Mike, we want you to write a big movie," you would agree to take a workshop on writing.
No, I would have somebody come in and write with me that has some experience.
So then, what would they need you for?
I would find like Babalu Mandel.
Right, but
like
Babalu Mandel. But Mike, what would they need you for? Then,
well,
if someone else is going to write the script, what do they need you for?
Maybe to change. Maybe to I'm a good idea, man. Maybe to flush it out all of me. But the thing is that, that I'd be hiring them, so they have to listen to me.
But why would they do that? So basically, what you're hoping is someone reads an article like this and says, "Mike, we want to hire you to hire someone to write a script."
Whatever it takes.
And your first thought is Babalu Mandel, who I'd assume costs a lot of money to write a script.
Well, if he's going to bring Bobby and it's going to cost us some dollars, believe me, I'm ready to go. I don't care. I don't. No matter what it takes, I'm fearless.
Now, do you have any ideas for a film?
Oh yeah, I've got a bunch of different things for a film.
Give us an idea. Give us like a buddy comedy. Me, Joe, and Chris Cotton, the three of us.
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
No. We're more hip than that. That's
what do you think of the new female cast for Ghostbusters?
I think it's unusual at best. I don't know what's going to happen with it because.
Very diplomatic, Mike. You are a very shrewd Hollywood. It sounds like you don't love the idea, but you're very shrewd in the way you're putting it.
I know. We don't want to California. That's my LA mode. Like, well, I'm not really sure of the circumstance. I know what to say. Believe me.
No, I don't. I don't know what you said. Now, you went to California this last trip by yourself?
I went out there with Carmine and my friend Carmine and Frank. We started filming a documentary on me.
Oh, you did?
It was fun. Yeah.
You shot a documentary on yourself in California?
Yeah, we shot it at the UCB at Sunset and Flappers and Burbank. It's fun stuff.
Now, what is the theme of it? Just you?
We went to... It was fun.
Right. What are you doing? Mike?
Oh, God.
Mike?
Yeah.
What are you doing it?
I can't hear you guys.
Mike, did you do anything, James? Mike, can you hear me now?
Hello? No.
Mike, you can't hear us at all?
No.
Well, how come you keep answering me when I ask if you can hear me?
It sounds like... Guys?
Yeah?
It sounds like the scene where Michael Corleone is going to shoot Turk and the Irish guy in a restaurant.
But it sounds like both of us are talking to each other.
No, I don't know. I don't know. Dan, what's his name? What's flipping is great at breaking my balls. I love him for it.
Yeah, but we're not. James, are you doing something to break his balls right now? Mike, in other words,
he always is.
Mike, everything I'm saying you're hearing, and I'm hearing everything you're saying. We're having a conversation.
It sounded like a train went through a subway tunnel.
It sounded like Mike was going to the bathroom.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
No.
I thought I heard him say, "Oh God."
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm right on top.
Here it comes.
Stay next to my bed right now.
Were you taking a shit?
No, I did that earlier.
Now, what is the look on your mother's face when she has to clean up your bathroom?
I clean everything now. I'm a gentleman. I got in shape.
That's wrong. Do you still leave your plates and forks and stuff under the bed?
No.
What about the laundry, Mike? It was a big contention between you and I.
Oh, God, the laundry. Yeah, the laundry's simple. You just throw it, it's done in seconds. It's easy to do.
You do your laundry. You don't do your laundry.
Well, I know how to do it if I need to.
Yeah, but Mike, you're 54. Why would you want to do your laundry now?
Well, it's not too bad. I did it when I was in my 20s. I mean, I know how to do it. I can take care of myself.
You do a load every 24 years? Well, so you can't tell us what the documentary's about?
No, it's about weight loss and other stuff, trying to help people. It was.
Oh, that's good. So did you document yourself losing all this weight? Mike?
What is that?
Mike, what are you doing?
You dropping us in.
Oh, God.
That's it.
What did you just do? You sound like you relieved yourself with something.
No. I don't know what James is doing over there, but he's doing a good job of it.
He's not doing anything. Every once in a while, we say something, and you just go, ugh.
No.
Okay.
Are there like icicles of jizz on your lower stomach? Joe, what are your thoughts on this? Very odd. It's a very odd. It's become a very odd interview, Joe.
It's so funny though. I don't know what is going on. It sounded like you were in a bath stall next to us, and you're like, "Oh God, what's that guy doing next to me?" Like it sounded exactly. It got echoey and an "Oh Gods."
Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm gonna come out and say it, Mike. Are you jerking off, Mike? I think somebody.
Oh no, not at all.
Are you sure?
No, I'm good. I'm just by myself.
The evidence is saying otherwise. I'm gonna be honest with you. The evidence is putting
as your sex. Hey, that's a good question. Since you're healthier and you do look a lot healthier and thinner, has your sex drive gotten bigger?
Oh God, yeah. I feel like I'm 18 years old again. It's amazing.
Do you really? That's nice. But now, what do you do with all this sexual energy?
Oh God, I release it majorly.
What? So you masturbate?
Oh yeah. No, I feel at my age, I feel like I'm half my age. I'm like, this is great. I feel like, but every time I see hot chicks, I gotta just calm myself down a little.
What would you consider? I know you want to be a TV star. Would you consider, much like Bruce Jenner, changing yourself into a woman to get on television?
No, I love myself as a guy. No, I can't.
Do you think that's disgusting?
I don't want to burn in hell for it either, really. Yeah.
Do you think he'll burn? You think Bruce Jenner will burn in hell?
Well, God wants you to be who you are. You know what I mean? He didn't want any alterations.
Okay.
He would have made him a woman if he wanted that to happen to him.
So you're very against this, religiously, morally.
Well, that's his choice, really. But let God, put him where he's going to be someday. I don't know what to say.
Okay, very interesting.
Mike, what about when you dye your hair? Do you think God looks favorably upon changing yourself?
Good point.
Well, dyeing my hair's a lot different than chopping my weenie off and putting the patch down.
Not your weenie.
All right. Okay, listen, Mike making some excellent points. Mike's a very religious guy.
I am. God's the boss, guys. We're just loyal employees.
What article are you working on now?
What did you say?
I don't know.
I said God's the boss. We're just loyal employees.
Oh, we're loyal employees.
What article? Now, you should also write bumper stickers. Did you come up with that yourself? Now, what article are you working on now, Mike?
I got some other stuff in the works. I've been doing a lot of stuff for Terrabang and stuff called StuffDudesLike.com. I wrote an article for a new place that launched called Pittsburgh, Buzz.com about Valentine's Day. That's coming out then.
Oh, okay. So you're an expert on Valentine's.
Woman. Yeah, well, I'm an expert on not having a woman, really. But
Now, you write it from the perspective of not having a woman for Valentine's Day?
No, I wrote about it from a Charlie Brown but yet romantic point of view that I am.
Explain that a little bit. What do you mean? What's the Charlie Brown point of view?
I am Charlie Brown waiting by the mailbox, but when that right girl comes along, she's going to be swept off her feet in the carriage or whatever. Like, she's going to be throwing rose petals on the street. I'm going to be making out with her like there's no tomorrow, and
Is there chloroform involved in your...
No, I actually are. I think that I found a perfect woman for you, and we're going to get this done.
Who's this, Mike? Who?
Out of all of us, we have to put every piece of muscle we have in Hollywood together. Out of Matarese, me, you, Chris, Dan.
Who?
James, every what do you call it? Giada.
Oh. Yeah, well, listen, I met Giada at the Tonight Show, and she seems grossed out by me.
No, that's women do that to just see what you think. No.
Look at a young Tony Francioso over here explaining women.
Is Giada single?
Giada just broke up with her guy. She just got a divorce, and I don't know if you noticed on the Tonight Show we had a connection. She cooked, and I ate her food.
No, we can make you sing her an Italian love song. Matarese, we got to get him going with this because,
Dude, I'm not the one. I mean, I'm fine. Compared to you, quite frankly, I'm like goddamn Don Juan. We got to get you laid.
I know. I'm working on it. I just want to have the cash, though. I want to be able to,
Well, you don't need just the cash. You want to get a hooker. I'll get you a hooker. Anybody can get that.
I just like having the money to go out with cool chicks and just have fun. And you know what I mean?
Well, you should go out with a chick where it's not all about money. I think I do agree with you when you look like me and you. I'm lumping myself in this. We got to liven up the conversation, and we got to buy him a nice piece of veal.
But Chris Farley did great with a woman, though.
Chris Foley?
Farley.
Oh yeah, Farley. He's a regular George Clooney with women. That's why he was. That's why he was so happy when he died, with a whore and a heroin needle next to him. Chris, I happen to know Chris. Chris was probably you could make an argument that Chris Farley was the funniest person who's ever lived.
Oh yeah,
a comedic genius, and I got to know him. I shot the last film he ever made. I worked with him, and I hung out with him briefly before, during, and after that. And Chris was a very sad man, and I think a lot of it had to do with not being accepted by women. And I think women broke his heart because they're all slutty, fucking bitch cunt whores.
Yeah, but I thought he had like MTV models and things like that.
No, believe me, nothing substantial to it. No. Chris was a very lonely guy. It was actually sad. Funny, most talented guy ever, but very lonely.
Yes.
So don't model yourself after that.
I thought women would throw him. I mean, he was that funny.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah, women are always saying they love funny. They love funny guys.
They don't love funny. They love money, or if you look good. They're very shallow.
No,
men are shallow. Look, human beings are shallow when it comes to the sexual attraction.
I'm the same thing. When I go on Twitter, I'm faster than Jesse James with the trigger finger.
I know that. Believe me, I know you're probably shallow.
No, I'm super shallow. I'm shallow. When it comes to like Twitter, I'll be on there and be like shooting like Jesse James. Like, no.
Great story about Chris Farley that I heard from a former writer at SNL. Chris Farley was dating this smoking hot chick who was an assistant of Lorne Michaels. He always had these cute blonde assistants.
Whoa.
And she was his girlfriend. And he was way into her, like in love with her. And she started dating Steve Martin behind Chris's back.
Oh, no.
Everyone knew about it except Farley. And Farley got wind that she was cheating on him, but didn't know who she was cheating on. Just figured it. I heard it might be one of Lorne's rich friends. Didn't know who it was, but it was Steve Martin. So it gets to like the boiling point, and Farley walks into Lorne Michaels' office, and Adam Sandler and Spade and Chris Rock and maybe Norm or Fred Wolf, a great writer. I think it was them outside the office, and they hear this conversation happening. All of them know it's Steve Martin who she's dating behind Farley's back. Farley doesn't know. He just knows she's cheating on him. So this is the conversation they hear. He's screaming at Lorne Michaels, and he says, finally, well, listen, this guy may be better looking than me. This guy may be richer than me, but there's no way this guy's funnier than me. And all of them just burst out into laughter. Obviously they picked the one guy that might be funnier. I think on the funny scale, Chris Farley's way funnier than Steve Martin. But the fact that any other guy, he'd be right no matter what. But he picks the one guy. There's no way he's funnier than me. And it was Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, like a legend of comedy.
A legend.
No, he's going, that's like, oh, God. I mean,
and supposedly all the guys laughed. I was told that by one of the guys.
Hilarious.
He may be richer than me. He may be better looking, but there's no way he's funnier.
Do you think he meant that as funny? Or
no.
He seriously said that?
That's what was funny about it. They were all like, Chris, guess what? Check on the third one as well.
It sounds too.
No. So, but anyway, in my opinion, Chris Farley, way funnier than Steve Martin. Way funny. Just pick up Cheaper by the Dozen 2, and you'll see who's funnier.
Well, Chris would have had. I think if Chris would have had a longer life, he definitely would have been. It would have been running. He wouldn't have been that far behind him.
I don't know what you just said. Listen, Mike, thank you so much for coming on. But hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You got to come in live one day again.
No, I will. Just let me know ahead of time. I'll be there for sure.
When are you? What do you want to plug, buddy? Plug something.
I'm actually go to what do you call it? The Interrobang, INTROBANG, about all his article and stuff. StuffDudesLike.com, PittsburghBuzz.com, and I'll be at. I'm doing a Jewish temple Saturday with.
Where?
Saturday with Tony Landolfi and South and Howard Stern show. I'll be at the New York Comedy Club Monday night, February 9th, and that's it, guys.
And Terabang is where we can see this article you wrote. And what's your website?
Mike Bocchetti, BOCCHETTI.com. I'll be at the New York Comedy Club on Monday, February 9th, and I'm doing a gig with Sal, Long Island, Jewish Temple, Saturday.
The great Sal Governale.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you. I'll definitely talk to you guys soon, and thank you so much.
All right, brother.
From all you guys.
We love you, man.
guys.
We love you.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Great
Bye.
job on the article. We love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Doesn't that sound like a weird booking?
What?
Him and Sal Governale at a Jewish temple?
Very weird.
That's a very odd
They
booking.
work together, though. They work
At
together.
temples?
Well, I don't know at temples, but they have done a lot of gigs together, Sal and Bocchetti. Okay, with that, we're going to wrap it up. Bocchetti never fails. He's always a good interview. Joe, your plugs.
Your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter at the Joe Matarese. My new Fixing Joe podcast just went up this morning. Check that out on iTunes or Stitcher Radio or allthingscomedy.com. Bill Burr and Al Magical's little portal for podcasts. And all my other stuff is on joematarese.com. And come and see us next Saturday. We'll be opening for Artie at the Borgata in Atlantic City.
Chris, go
ahead. At Cotton215 on Instagram and Twitter. And,
did I say my Twitter?
At the Joe Matarese.
Okay.
I got you. Follow you.
Suck a dick.
All right, at Cotton215, Instagram, Twitter. Friday, I'll be at some show with Frank Pellegrino in upstate New York. I don't remember the name.
I love your
I'm
plugs
fucking
for
such
gigs.
a shitty.
They're
I'm a shitty plugger.
fuck you!
You
I'll be at the
Artie
Laugh
do your
Endeavor on
plugs.
Saturday on the 8 and the 10 o'clock show. Yeah, I should let Artie do it.
All right, well, if you want, I don't care, but you're good at
Shitty
them. Whatever you want to do. And tell your friends, artiequitter.com for all the information. It's been one solid month, 5 full weeks. February 5th makes it one solid month. It's been a fun time. We love you all. Tell your friends, artiequitter.com. Back Monday with a fresh show. Flippin', love you. Chicago Dan Filato, love you. Take care, brush your hair.
This is New Day with Chris Cuomo, Kate Baldwin, and Michaela Pereira.